YouTube. Well, today I wanted to bring you all this 2000 Infiniti G20 with 121,000 miles. Now this is the second generation of the G20, which ran from 98 to 2002. The first generation running from 90 to 97. The very first G20 was introduced back in the 1989 New York Auto Show. So yeah, this car really has been around for quite a while before turning into a more luxurious and powerful rear-wheel drive sedan in 2003 with the G35. Essentially, this G20 is a rebadged Nissan Primera, which is available in other countries. For the North American market, they badged it as an Infiniti. Comparing it to the first generation of the G20, the taillights are a little bit different, a little bit larger. The front as well. The front was slightly updated, but the overall shape is identical. These 195 60-15s, has rear disc brakes. Quick look inside. Qualities are pretty good for considering the class of this car. To me it resembles a Sentra, but it's a very different car. Here are the adjustments to the seat, back, forth, backrest. For more thigh support and etc., you just crank away over here for the back side and for the fronts. Qualities on the door panel, pretty good. Everything's just cushiony, like a glove. Armrest is a little bit on the hard side. Auto up and down function for the driver window. Window lock, door locks. Alright, the key lock, unlock, / the trunk panic. Well, just want to give you all a quick tour of this G20. One reason why it caught my attention was for the reason that I have some behind the wheel time of a 96 model for a few weeks. And I'd have to say I was pretty impressed with the vehicle's ride, interior qualities, and etc. Though I absolutely hated how slow the car was. It had 140 horsepower, which isn't bad for a 2-liter engine from 1996, but the 4-speed automatic really bogged the thing down. But anyways, let's talk about this G20. It also has that 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, has an extra 5 ponies, though sadly it's still paired to a 4-speed automatic, so it's not going to be that much quicker. In terms of comfort, it was spot on. These seats look as if they came out of a full-size car. I mean, they are so comfortable, very cushiony and supportive. I have all the thigh support that I would ever want, though I sort of wish for a little bit more legroom. I believe the 96 model offered a little bit more legroom. I do recall the seat rolling further back. Not a whole lot of legroom, as you guys can make out. My leg is constantly rubbing against the side over here, and the footrest as well, a little bit on the pokey side. I feel as if I have to move my foot underneath the brake pedal in order to feel a little bit alleviated over here. So yeah, that is the little downer if you're a tall driver. Now, interior quality wasn't bad at all. This entire dashboard was soft to the touch, including the first generation G20. The dashboard is cracked, by the way. The 96 that I drove had 187,000 miles and the dashboard wasn't cracked. Glove box, a bit on the tiny side. Everything's plasticky over here, quite expected considering this was Infiniti's entry model. Hazards, the rear defogger, the automatic climate control, it's not dual zone. Right now this AC isn't working, so I am sweating like a dog in here. The radio, it's a Bose audio system, cassette CD, cup holder, little power outlet, or likely a cigarette lighter. The 4-speed automatic. This really kills performance in this car. In that 96 model, the gears were so tall, and it just was unbearable, especially in rush hour traffic. Go for the 5-speed manual if you know how to drive manual. E-brake. The armrest is on the jiggly side. You can see one of the arms are broken over here, so that probably explains it, but I don't think it would have helped very much because the center console itself is a little bit jiggly. Though the armrest is very cushiony. Steering wheel's nicely thick all the way around. It's leather wrapped. Cruise control right there. Intermittent speed wipers. You can adjust a delay like so, just twisting away. Headlamps, tilts. Does not telescope. Dislodge the trunk. You really heard that latch, as if it were right behind me. The panel dim and power mirrors. The headliner is very cushiony. The sunroof, it seems to be missing like a little plastic frame that goes around over here. It's a pretty quick sunroof. Tilts as well. Little map lights, they all work. The sun visors are very thick, mirror and vanity light. The same exact vanity light is used in Fords, Hondas, Acuras. It's a very good sun visor. It's still produced today. Even the 1996 Explorer that we have has the same exact mirror and vanity light and sun visor. And here on the driver's side, the Home Link garage door opener, universal garage door opener, basically. Look at the back seat, materials do carry over, identicals up front. And you can see legroom isn't too bad considering the size of this car. You have the armrest right there, have the dual cup holders, the 60/40 split fold. Just pull on that little ring right there, seats fold down, add some more utility to this thing. And legroom is not going to be that good if the front passenger is over 6 feet tall, but if passengers in front were a little bit shorter, then this actually wouldn't be a very bad place to be in. But right now, it's just impossible. Pretty large trunk with the struts on the side, no intrusive hinges. You have the cargo nets and the spare tire down below. Very little tiny donuts. So this car does pack some utility. And the 2-liter dual overhead cam 4-cylinder, 145 horsepower. It proved to be a pretty good engine. It's not the most refined engine. This car has a very high red line. It is quite effortless. Revs very freely. Window closed. I think the 96 that I drove was a little bit quieter than this. Very noisy. You know, it's quite unimpressive since it was the only offering Infiniti had to compete against, let's say, the BMW 3 Series, Mercedes C-Class, etc. This is a front-wheel drive car. Considering the proportions and the performance of this car, it's best to compare it to, let's say, a high-end Honda Accord or Toyota Camry. It wasn't up to par to, let's say, the German rivals. Anyways, YouTube, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy this tour.